Welcome to the OnePlus Pad. So today I'm going to take you on a little adventure, do a video camera test all up and down the Las Vegas Strip. So I'm going to show you some popular places, show you a lot of the common places, some of the places I like to stop at. And we're going to do it all with the selfie camera and the primary camera on the OnePlus Pad. So let's go. This is a selfie video test. This is the highest resolution it goes on, it's 1080p. You can also switch it to 720p, but we've also, you can see here, I've hardly got my eyes open, tons and tons of sunlight out here. So the more sunlight, the better, of course. Ideally, you're probably going to use this tablet indoors more than outdoors, but I don't know. What do you think? Pretty decent as far as selfie quality goes? I don't think it's that bad. Also, this is the built-in microphone as well, so everything here is all natural on the camera here with the tablet. This is less than ideal lighting. Here in New York, they keep it on the darker side, but if you want to get some chocolate, this is your place. They got Hershey Chocolate World back there, and of course, all the casino stuff that you could want. They've got the roller coaster here, lots of cool things, but yep, this is a front-facing selfie video test here. What do you think? Of course, we got to check out the Statue of Liberty that they have here in front of New York. Pretty neat. Everybody loves to come take photos here. They used to have like a reflection pool that had water down here, but they recently filled it up with turf. And routinely they'll dress this up for occasions. For the longest time, it had a Raiders jersey on it. So anyway, pretty neat. Just thought I'd show this to you real quick. Definitely a place to stop at on the Strip. They actually have pretty decent prices, but what's even better are their shakes. I think they're the best shakes out here. Of course, some people have Shake Shack back home. I do too, but I'm not driving to downtown Houston for it. If you're out walking around, this is definitely a must-stop place. If you want to save some money while you're here, best place to eat is Denny's. Whether you like it or not, it's pretty cheap, and the prices here are actually pretty good. So if you want to pay like $10 for breakfast instead of $30 or $40 for breakfast, always a good option. And they have a really decent one on the north side of the Strip by the Mirage. This one's here by the MGM. It's not quite as nice. Another tip: if you need anything, buy it at Walgreens or CVS. If you forgot something, or if you just need to get a bottle of water, which you of course need out here on the Strip, it gets hot. They charge like $7 to $8 sometimes for a bottle of water inside of one of the hotel or casino stores. So these guys right here, Walgreens, CVS, definitely grab some water, keep it in your room, carry some around with you. It's always good to have. This is right smack dab in the middle of the Strip. So if you want your fix for Panda Express, McDonald's, or Taco Bell, or Subway, it's right here. And they've got this big giant billboard they update all the time. So pretty cool. And across the street you've got the Aria, and then this shop's over here. If you feel like spending a fortune, they basically have everything in there, from Louis Vuitton to all the other stuff that I'm not buying while I'm here. These right here, they're all over the Las Vegas Strip, but they have this really, really good gelato. And I stop by here every time I come here. So if you happen to see one of these and you want some gelato, it's fantastic, especially the lemon. This is the good stuff right here. Got my lemon gelato. So taking a break here for a minute, just a couple minutes to reflect here. Also using the selfie camera again. This isn't a kind of like mid-lighting situation. You can see here it's a little overexposed, not all that sharp. This is probably what you're going to expect in most kind of office situations. If you're going to sit there and maybe do like some FaceTime stuff, anything involving basically the selfie camera, doing some business video calls, things like that. But that's something that's a realistic scenario that you would want to use this for. Probably not outside where the sun's super bright. Maybe some places with a little bit better lighting, but overall, I think this gives like a good accurate representation of what you can probably expect if you're going to use this for the video camera on the front. This is with the AI video enhancer on, so this actually makes it look quite a bit better, really sharpens it up. I think it uses the processor, some of the AI stuff in there that really helps it with the basically the computational videography. And this is a feature you definitely want to have on if you're going to be using this probably at all. I think as far as the video camera stuff goes, it's okay for a selfie camera, but this AI enhancement, Really helps out a lot. Options right over on the side of the screen. Turn it on and enjoy your gelato while you do it. Here's some more cool stuff to look at. This is the Paris Casino and Hotel. I've not actually stayed there. It's on my bucket list one day for Vegas. They have some replica stuff like the Arc de Triomphe, and also a fan favorite, the Eiffel Tower. So I've actually been up there before. It goes pretty high up. It's not actually as tall as the real Eiffel Tower, but this one has some really, really cool design stuff all around it. And then over across the street we have the Bellagio, which is one of the more expensive ones here, but they've got the really cool water fountain show and the big lake over there, which I just missed. So I don't know if we'll capture that on video. And then there's Caesar Palace back there, which we'll get closer to here shortly. And here's a better look at the Eiffel Tower here from the bottom. You can see, it's no joke, it goes pretty high up there. This is in front of the Bellagio, the big pool that has the waterworks show that is not on right now. I'm gonna try and get it captured here in a little bit, but here's a close-up at the Bellagio. Super nice place, and then a good look at Caesar's Palace back over there as well, and then of course right here in front of Paris across the street. So this is an interesting part of the strip to be in, and lots of cool stuff to see over here. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to record the waterworks over here. What you can see in the background there is a crew that are working on the fountains, so looks like it's not going to happen, unfortunately. And this is inside the shops at the Bellagio. They've got everything you could want here, from Louis Vuitton to Prada to Gucci to Dior, Chanel. Everything's here, including a Starbucks right down the way. But if you want to do some really expensive shopping, you can certainly do it here. And one of the best steakhouses I think in Vegas is here, called Prime. Really good place. This is out in front of Caesar's, and they've got a lot of elaborate stuff. Several fountains around here, a lot of different statues and stuff like that. Very, very decorated. If you ever stop by here, it's always neat to walk out in front of it and stop by at least. They've got a pretty big complex here, and we'll take a look at a few more things here. Here's some more of Caesar's Palace. There's the front of it. All this cool stuff out here. Of course, they got the fountain, they got some statues, and if you're feeling froggy, they've got Hell's Kitchen. So if you ever wanted to go by Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, you can do that. I haven't done that. It's on my list of things to do, but pretty cool stuff here. I like all the decorations, the way everything looks. It's really nice. This is the Venetian, and it's one of the nicer casino hotel setups here. They've got some really nice shops on the inside. But one neat thing they do here is they do the gondola rides. So if you ever want to come here and do one of the neat little gondola rides, you can certainly do that. And then we've got the Mirage over there, which has the volcano thing that goes off, but I don't know what schedule it's on right now. But supposedly that's supposed to get torn down and turned into the Hard Rock Cafe Casino Hotel eventually. And this is inside the Venetian. So the floor looks really cool, but I had to come all the way in here so you could see this. Isn't that gorgeous? The way they have this thing designed is really, really, really cool. And they did a really good job. Lots of attention to detail here, and it looks pretty fantastic. And then the casino floor. Here's the volcano again over at the Mirage. You can see here they do a show at 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So it's basically kind of like a lights in a volcano type show. It has like orange and red lights, so it looks like it's lava shooting out of the top of it. Either way, it's pretty neat. They have the whole dolphin theme, aquatic theme around here. They actually have some dolphins here. They have like a dolphin show. I think you can go back and pet them and stuff. They have the tigers here. It used to anyway. But this is the Mirage. This is the north end of the strip. You can see the Palazzo there, and then also the Wynn. And the Wynn's crazy expensive. I've never actually stayed there, but I walked in there once or twice before. It's really nice in there. And then Treasure Island is right here. I have a friend of mine who really likes to stay at Treasure Island, but pretty neat. Not a whole lot of excitement going on up here, but still, this is the north end where stuff is more expensive and more fancy. This area is called the LINQ, and it's pretty cool. You see all these lines. They go to this platform up there where they have the zip line that goes all the way down here, and then they got the huge Ferris wheel back there. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got those pods up there, which are really neat because you can see it actually goes really, really, really slow if you pay attention. They don't move very fast, so it basically takes a half an hour And what you do is you go up there, it goes around. Sometimes they have like drink things, I think, in the evening, but it's cool, especially at nighttime, sunset. You can get a nice view of the sunset, the mountains, and also the strip. So pretty cool and a great place for the I Love Sugar if your kids want to get that. Also, got the Razor store back here too, which is pretty neat. This is inside the Cosmopolitan, so it's very fancy in here. And I'm going to show y'all something. One of my favorite restaurants to eat here in all of Vegas is right up here on the second floor of the Cosmopolitan. So it's definitely a place that you want to stop at while you're here. It's called Momofuku. It's like a Asian fusion cuisine restaurant. They have some delicious stuff. They've got ramen, and they have these pork buns that you absolutely have to try. I'm probably gonna go eat over there tomorrow, not today, but we'll have a look at it real quick. And they like them some chandeliers here. And here we go. So the Momofuku restaurant is right here, and then right next to it is the milk place, where they have, you've probably heard of their cookies and stuff before, but they've got really good fresh cookies there. And then the restaurant, it's amazing. Well, I'm pretty excited. I managed to make it over to Momofuku for lunch today, so now you can see what the food and the bus is all about. And this is my delicious food here. These are the pork buns, and this is probably going to butcher the pronunciation with a hoisin sauce, which is amazing, and I get extra of it on the side. And then the pork ramen. So time to eat some lunch. Bon appetit. And we have also here the Luxor, which is where I like to stay the most. They've got the esports arena, which my kids love. They also have other cool stuff like the Titanic exhibit, the King Tut exhibit, the Blue Man Group. So there's a lot of actual really cool family entertainment here, some decent restaurants. Mandalay Bay back over there, you got the Luxor Spire. You can see the Sphinx back there in the background. And just so I can get this out of the way, there's a 13 megapixel primary camera on here and an 8 megapixel selfie. Both of them electronic image stabilization, no OIS, optical image stabilization. Wouldn't really expect that in the selfie or a camera on a tablet. But yeah, pretty cool stuff here to show off. This is the inside of the Luxor. So it's a giant pyramid. So as you would expect, it's kind of hollow on the inside, and it's got the rooms all the way around the edges going up. So the floors get smaller and smaller as you go up. This public house over there has some amazing wings. I like to go there. And you can see like the entire thing is decorated out like ancient Egypt. All the cool exhibits are up on the second story. Again, they got the Titanic, which is a good one. Bodies exhibit, also the King Tut, and a couple other things. And it's also got a sky bridge that goes across to Mandalay Bay, and even the check-in area. This whole thing is a super, super nice place, and it's fairly inexpensive. It's one of the cheapest places to stay here on the Strip, but yeah, I always like to stay on here. I'm standing here inside the esports arena, the HyperX esports arena inside the Luxor. Really cool place here. My kids love to come here. It's neat because when they're not having things here, you can just come in and you see they've got all these computers and everything back here. They've got the headsets, gaming chairs, everything. And it's fairly reasonable, especially for Vegas prices. But anyway, they love to come here, and it's one of the reasons we like to stay here. But I thought I'd show this off so you could see what it looks like. Well, I found a nice place with some shade to wrap this up. So that pretty much concludes the tour of the Las Vegas Strip with the OnePlus Pad. Hopefully this has been enjoyable. If you've never been here before, hopefully it showed some pretty cool stuff that's here. Just some considerations. It's pretty much mostly hot here except during winter, so I bought some shades, which you probably saw later on in the video. Got some water that I had pretty much carrying around. But yeah, so as far as tablet goes, I like it. I think the cameras are pretty good. Of course, you don't get the telephoto, don't get the wide angle, all that stuff. That's not what this is really designed for. Really, it's just to be able to capture some video, some pictures in the moment, have it around with you, do your meetings and FaceTime and all that stuff, those type of things. So I think it does that stuff well enough. I think that it's as good as any other tablet that's out on the market pretty much. And another nice thing is it works really well. And MediaTek Dimensity 9000, 8 gigabytes of RAM, over a 9,000 milliamp battery. The price point I think is really good. It's attractive. Like $479, I believe, if I remember from memory looking at the paperwork, but $479. way cheaper than the Samsung tablet, and of course we haven't had a new Samsung tablet in like a year and a half. So I think OnePlus did a good job actually timing the market and putting this out. They even beat out Google with their tablet that's not here yet. So I think it comes in a good spot, good price. The accessories are nice. I really like the case for it. The only problem I have with the case is it kind of slips off. The pins that connect the tablet to the keyboard are stronger than the magnetic connection on the back of the case. So a lot of times if you try and pick it up, you'll pull the back of the case off before you pull the tablet up. Anyway, that's for the review video. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got to see some cool stuff here. And yeah, I did the whole thing with this tablet. So let me know what you think. And I'm going to sign off on this one. So any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. All that jazz. Hit like, subscribe if you feel like it. And I'll see you guys next time.